Senate expected to codify same-sex marriage this week following midterm wins. The Senate is expected to vote this week on legislation to codify same-sex marriage. And more importantly, the bill has enough GOP support to pass. A bipartisan group of senators has been trying for months to pass a marriage equality bill to protect same-sex and interracial relationships. The House passed its own legislation in July, but that proposal stalled in the Senate, where some Republicans raised concerns that it would stifle religious liberty. Things got more complicated when, around the same time, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Joe Manchin announced a surprise deal on a massive tax and climate change bill. Republicans were so mad that Democrats were ready to pass that deal without them that some signaled they would pull their support for a forthcoming same-sex marriage bill. But with the midterm elections over and Democrats in a position to hold the Senate for another 2 years, it looks like some Republicans are coming back to the table. Same-sex marriage has been legal nationwide since 2015, when the Supreme Court ruled that same-sex couples are guaranteed the fundamental right to marry under the Constitution. But after the now conservative court struck down Roe v. Wade in June, Democrats and some Republicans are anxious about the court's plans to weaken other civil rights. Well, I am cautiously optimistic, but I'm also worried that now that it's the Lucy take away the ball problem. Now that they lost, and the Republicans are going to take away the ball and say sour grapes and go home. Mm-hmm. So they rather maybe as a last gesture of show their base, how conservative they are, or or even just simply an FU for to the Democrats. They might just say, we don't have the quorum, we don't have 60 votes to overcome the filibuster, and our civil rights hangs in the balance once again.
This is the problem that I just expound upon from my last comment on this. The problem that I have with Democrats, this whole reaching across the table, continually having conversations with the other party in order to push some type of legislation that's so important. Like, at this point, they should have taken it to the constituents, or to the voters, which 55% of evangelicals support same-sex marriages. So we should have taken it to the voters first before continuing playing this little like hopscotch loop-de-loo tug of war with the Republicans, because you can never win with these people. Right. Even though we're optimistic now, it's just like, let's get off the moral bandwagon now, and let's just start pushing the shit that we need to push.
We should not play fair with the other side that is not playing.
Never. Right.
I feel like the first thing that comes to mind with this is, why does everything have to be so complicated? That's exactly what I thought again when you were just making your comment. Why does it have to be so complicated? I mean, everybody wants happiness. It's just how we get there is a little bit different. Right. In some ways, people have the same goals in life. Just how we get there is different. Why is this complicated?
But the mindset is, I do not want you to be. I do not want these people to be happy, because I think these people are sinners and bad people, and therefore they never deserve happiness. That's the mindsets that some people are going into the same-sex marriage or even LGBTQ rights debates. They just do not want us to be happy at all.
Well, I want to be happy, and I want to celebrate, especially because this is just in time for my husband and I, who are celebrating our 30 years together this month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So
I once dated a guy for 30 days. I was quite
good job.
I was quite complicated. The filibuster vote is scheduled for tomorrow, and that technically ends debate. And then I believe they have to wait 48 hours once the cloture vote comes. So a final vote in the Senate probably wouldn't come until Friday, and then it goes back to the House because the Senate has made some changes. So this is not going to be resolved this week. But if we get to 60 tomorrow, it's pretty clear that it's going to go through, because 20% of the House GOP caucus voted for this back in the summer when it first passed out of the House, and that's about what we need. We need to get to 60. Probably need to get to 61, so that way they know what Republicans can go back and say, you were that 60th vote. They can always say it was more than 60. So we probably got to get to 11. I have a feeling that they've counted the noses. I have a feeling that they're going to be able to get to the number that they need. But we will see. We will see tomorrow.
I'm in my head counting, like I'm trying to do a roll call in my head, like trying to figure out which one is what. Well,
That's
but never mind.
You can be the whip.
Well,
And on that leatherwork note,
I was gonna say.
We will hope for the best. Well,
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.